Every building you see around you is not the result of one idea. It is the result of two worlds coming together. The world of architecture, where space is imagined, and the world of engineering, where that imagination is tested against reality. But here's the question many people don't fully understand. Where does architecture end? And where does engineering begin? Today we break that down in detail. The fundamental difference. At the most fundamental level, architecture is about human experience in space. Engineering is about making that space physically possible and functional. Architecture asks, how will this space feel? How will people move through it? How does it respond to this environment? And how does it serve the purpose? Engineering, on the other hand, asks, will this stand safely? How will it function over time? Can it handle loads, pressure, and usage? And how do systems operate within it? Architecture imagines possibility. Engineering tests that possibility. Where architecture starts. Architecture typically begins at the concept stage. This is where ideas are still fluid. Architects explore spatial arrangements, building orientation, circulation patterns, or relationship between rooms. For example, a client wants a home that feels open and connected. The architect may design open-plan living spaces, large windows, and indoor-outdoor flow. At this stage, the idea is about experience and not structure. Where engineering enters. Once a concept is developed, engineering begins to shape it. Engineers begin asking, how do we support this roof? Where do columns go? How do loads travel through the building? Or where do systems run? Engineering translates architectural ideas into something that can be built, used, and sustained. The overlap, where both disciplines meet. There is no clean line where architecture stops and engineering begins. Instead, there is an overlap zone. This is where collaboration happens. Example, large open space. Architects want a large open hall. Engineer must figure out how to span the space, how to avoid too many columns. Example, large open space. Architects want a large open hall. Engineer must figure out how to span the space or how to avoid too many columns. Building height. Architects design a tall structure. Engineer evaluates wind loads, structural stability, or foundation requirements. Natural light. Architects want more glass. Engineer must manage heat gain, energy efficiency, and glare. Every design decision has a technical consequence. When the boundaries are ignored. When architecture ignores engineering, buildings may look good but fail functionally. When engineering also ignores architecture, buildings may work but lack quality of space. The best buildings balance both. The reality of modern projects. Modern buildings are too complex for isolated thinking. Today, architects consult engineers early. Engineers influence design decisions. Collaboration happens continuously. There is no longer a linear process. It is a shared process. Architecture and engineering are not competing forces. They are two sides of the same process. One shapes the experience, the other ensures that experience can exist. And where they meet is where great buildings are created. In the next episode, we take a look at what happens when architects and engineers disagree and how those conflicts are resolved. Because great buildings are not just designed, they are negotiated. You've been watching the Arc Point brought to you by the Architect's Desk. Arc Point, your window into the built environment.